first off the cuff of the season. Good to have some football back again, despite all the transfer shit. Tonight we have in our beautiful little studio, we have Andrew, we have Craig, and we've Gav. So, Gav, good to see some football again. What do you think of the first half?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great. Just to have football back, it was great. A few players stood out, but just having football back, just being able to watch football and forget transfer stuff for a couple of hours. Delighted to have it back and roll on Friday now for the next.
Exactly. Ojo there for the first half, Craig. He looked like a man on a mission for a while, didn't he? I thought he put in a good shift.
He did. He looked like someone with a point to prove. All right. Yeah, he certainly stood out. Lots of pace, lots of energy, lots of power as well. Really explosive. It was really interesting. It's going to be a shame to see him go on loan, but I suppose for his development, it's going to be really important. It's just a matter of whether he goes to Newcastle or Middlesbrough, and I'm praying to God he goes to Newcastle because I don't think anybody's going to learn anything in Middlesbrough.
I think the talk is Middlesbrough.
I know that's what it is. Yeah.
You see, you probably get more games at Middlesbrough, and Liverpool are known for this little tweak in the contract where they have to play him so much.
Yeah.
I said it during the week though. Under no circumstances should we be sending any players that are on the verge of 14th to the Championship.
Yeah, it seems a shame. He looked there in the first half hell of a lot better than a Championship footballer, didn't he?
He looked like he was shown for the ball. He looked like he was up for it, But these young players have to. These young players have to go the extra mile in pre-season. Just half the 14 are there tonight, so they're coming in whenever they're ready to come in. They'll be in. So
he's nailed on to make it though, isn't he? He's nailed on to get through. Like I can't see him not making it in the long term. Like
I like him.
How about you, Andrew? Do you like Ojo? Think he's the future of the club?
Well, I think he does. Now. It's looking a bit bleak at the moment. He might be sent out to Newcastle or Middlesbrough or something like that. But he looked a real physical presence today. I really enjoyed looking at him. Like he looked dangerous on the ball. Like he might not have.
Do you fancy him?
I think. But yeah,
he certainly looks like
he didn't get everything accurate acrosses into the box, but I just thought he looked for the ball. He looked like lively.
He was pumping Arnold somewhere, wasn't he?
He looks like he put on an extra stone.
He's a big lad.
The muscle mass.
He just seemed to pop up everywhere. That's what I liked about me. He went looking for the ball left, right. He was making runs in behind. There was one where Sturridge put him in over the top. He got there before the keeper. It was a bad finish, but he seemed to be making all the right moves, Yeah. But, and for me, like as a backup in the squad, they might look at him right through the summer and let him go late in the window.
Yeah, it'd be good to get the pre-season, wouldn't it? With the
yeah, even the pre-season playing with our players to know the level that he needs to be at. And if he ends up at Newcastle or Middlesbrough, as it looks like, which one I don't think any of
that. It's like a graveyard for footballers.
It's not that. I just think it's a false level. The Championship.
Absolutely. It's more physical.
There is more physical, and
he's really bulked himself up. But looks like as if though he's preparing himself for the Championship.
He could handle the Championship, definitely.
And he will get a lot more chances to cross the ball in the box. Like the Premiership is a lot more, I think, more intense, wouldn't it be? Than it's more physical in the Championship, wouldn't it be? Than
but it's you see the thing about Ojo is to me he's physically able for the Premier League in my opinion. He has pace, he's power, he has skill about him, he has a final ball. He may be a little bit inconsistent, but look, there's not many players out there at 18, 19, 20 that are consistent all the time. The ones that are at a different level, and they stay at that level for most of their career. But I just have a thing about going to the Championship. It's just in my own head. I just think if you want to progress,
snob, that's all
no, it's not that it's a snob, but it's not that. It's look, if he goes to Newcastle and he gets 15 games or 20 games or 30 games including the substitution, it's 30 games playing against elite players. So when he comes back, he's had to stay at that level at Newcastle to be that bit better to progress again at Liverpool. I just think he's taken a step back.
With
Middlesbrough to try to take 3 steps forward, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But look, he looked good. There was a few more that looked good, but first day and they looked sharp.
They did, yeah. So Millie got a penalty there about halfway through the second half and first half indeed, yeah.
The keeper was quite poor though, wasn't he?
What the fuck was the keeper looking around like he was robbed?
Yeah,
when the ref came
sliced the half.
And that was Ojo, wasn't it? They got the penalty.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I'm trying to think though. Did the keeper, was it the same keeper that came on in the second half for Tranmere though?
Yeah, you were.
Because the first 3 goals, he was fucking terrible.
It may have been a different keeper, but for the penalty, I don't think Milner hit it very well. But that's the key. You see, if you keep a ball low along the ground, the keeper might get across, but he's usually over it.
Yeah, but that was like something you'd see in the Sunday League or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had the pleasure there at the 5 Times event. Didi gave just a nice little example of the perfect spot to put a penalty there. Some crack he was having with the lads, but about this height is just the under the arm height.
Yeah.
It was.
He fucking went on about it for
did.
about
It took
15, 20.
about
He gave
10
a
minutes.
masterclass on penalty taking, basically.
It was a good
Before
lad.
streets are called reset, ginger cunt.
That was a great night there at the 5 times.
Did you have a few points with Didi when you were there?
I wasn't there. These two boys took the tickets and went out.
The media crew went in.
Yeah, exactly.
The media crew, proper
just the elite,
exclusive access to a Didi Haman.
I was gone, but they told me they thrown away the door.
Yeah, the fingerless.
That's it. Like, it was because what we have more than Shroud. What was those things you were talking about?
Schopperhofer.
The Schopperhofer. That's what it was.
Grizz still hasn't
Once
said
they
it.
seen the Schopperhofers, you're not getting in with the Schopperhofers.
No, like, you know, clinking in the bag. You know,
the big fingerless head in you.
I brought these to get the lads to sign.
Didi's a sign that I kind of Dutch goal or something. But so Gruish who seemed to be pinging balls around left, right, and centre there in the first half. He stuck one into the bottom corner again. Keeper was questionable, but what do you think of Gruish's performance, Craig?
I love him. I fucking love the lad. I loved him last year, and I was really expecting him to make a breakthrough this year before he got injured. Again, raw, but he seems to have it all.
He's a pre-season king, isn't he? Really?
That header against Barcelona.
Yeah, that was epic.
Oh, that was world class.
If you keep telling them it's pre-season, and even when it's snowing and stuff, and just go, no, it's definitely still pre-season.
But he did say last season that this would be where he comes to the fore with Liverpool. That he said that in his second season, this is where he would really improve on his game.
Did you see some of the shitty pitches that he played on when he was over in was it not Partizan Belgrade? What was the club? Was it Partizan Belgrade?
It was Red Star Belgrade.
Red Star was one of them. Belgrade.
Red Star Belgrade.
Some of the I've seen some video footage of some of the pitches that he was playing on over there.
That's from all the flares and all being thrown on the pitch. They're just an absolute mental nation. Yeah,
they really were poor, but he seems to have honed his craft really well. He's big enough. He's broad enough. He's fast enough. He certainly has the confidence. He's not afraid to take a shot. And Gav said it was poor by the keeper again, but. Again,
he's in position. Like,
took a shot.
Yeah.
You know, he gets it. He gets in a good position. He shifts it quickly. He hits a decent shot. You look back and you say it bounced in front of the keeper. It actually bounced right at his hand. So I thought the keeper should have done better. But he was unlucky last season. I think with a couple of injuries as well. And even when he came back, he got a couple of substitute appearances and he looked a bit slow, a bit off the pace, and that's to be expected. But I think a good pre-season for him, and if he can stay injury free, he'll definitely push for a place in the squad.
Yeah.
But I've said it all along. There's 30 players there pushing for a place in the squad. Happy days.
Yeah,
you don't want 15, 16, and then the rest are you don't trust. So look, the more the merrier, as far as I can say.
He this is gonna sound really blasé again, but he reminds me of a Haman the way he moves around the pitch. He's broad shouldered, he's tall. Now he's a bit more attacking minded than Haman, but he has that control and sense about him that he really understands. He looks like he understands what's going on in the game, and he has it all up here as far as I'm concerned.
He's physically dominating.
He does, but
he
scores all types of goals, doesn't he? Like
good touch for a big man and all that.
He does. Like
he
hasn't got a low centre of gravity and around the ball, but like that's when he first joined. People were saying that he was kind of like a Matic with a little bit more attacking than he was. There was a little bit of pressure put on him. I think when he first joined Liverpool, like, but there's a lot of competition going on there. So his game time might be limited in regards to league and Champions League, but you might get a run in domestic cup games.
Yeah, absolutely, domestic cup games. There's a few in that boat as well. But if you look at it, the likes of Grujic, you know, if you look back at it last season and you're looking at Mane and he went missing, but it wasn't just Mane going. The whole team looked shattered. They did. You see, you can have as many ideas as you want to play football. If you haven't got the energy to go and do it, and you need a hell of a lot of energy to do what Liverpool want to do. The likes of him, if he was fit and coming in January, just to get that extra pep or going in and just hitting the tackle because he's really wants to get involved, that can change a team over a couple of weeks, can change a team over the game. So again, look, he stays fit, he gets League Cup, FA Cup going into the new year, or he forces his way in. There could be an injury here or there. We all have talked about Henderson numerous times. Jatine done a brilliant video on it today.
Great watch.
Ran through the whole thing. It was an excellent video.
Just check it out. It's actually on our YouTube channel there, ARW Now, and it's also on the podcast as well.
Yeah,
definitely worth
an excellent piece. But you never know. Henderson could go. You know, Jana's had his injuries at times, so you never know. So all you want these players is to be intense throughout pre-season, and if they force their way into a squad or around the fringes of a squad, you want to keep their appetite up because they will be needed.
Yeah.
You know, with the amount of games we have, if we go anywhere in the League Cup, which we usually do, FA Cup is the new year, but if you go through the Champions League, you're going into the new year looking at still in 4 competitions. So Look,
hopefully.
Oh yeah, hopefully we're crossing everything.
Exactly.
Look, the likes of Gruitch, as you said, Ojo, but probably alone. But the more players you can keep fit and firing and hungry, the better.
If you look at the squad though, lads, sorry for jumping across before you come in, but if you look at the squad in general, if we had 3 or 4 players in total, whoever they may be before the season starts, if we're talking first team calibre players, I just had to think about this and I listened to a few other things. You look at the competition for every single place, like people are already having these arguments about who makes a starting 11, and we've talked about this before. It doesn't matter, it's going to be 4 different starting 11s, but it's brilliant. I'd much rather have those conversations to look at a bench and go,
No, what I mean by it does me head in is, it does me head in that people are trying to pick an 11. They just keep saying, like, for argument's sake, Keita. Oh, if Keita signs, who's he going into the team for? No, Keita's coming in, he's a top quality player to go with 4 or 5 other top quality players, and they all fight for a place.
I don't want to be looking at a team that where you just think like, yeah, you have your first 11. You want a big squad, a competitive squad, 2 players probably for every position.
Yeah.
I would think like,
I think that
even an extra couple of lads, because we're talking like, we were talking the other day about 6 midfielders that were competing with each other, and we didn't even mention Marko Grujic, who was there as well. So we're talking. Hopefully, we're talking about a big competitive squad, because that's what we need. We really struggled last season. We had like young lads, like lads that are probably going to be good in the future, like Ben Woodburn. Like, we all have our hopes for Ben Woodburn, like, but we really needed more quality, I think, to challenge for a league title. We need better players than Ben Woodburn to be in there, like, to really sustain the challenge right at the top till the end of the season.
When you're stuck at home at 60, 70 minutes and you're trying to break down a packed defence, you just want to be able to look at the bench and go, oh yeah, I can bring him on here, he's going to bring this. Whether we didn't have that last season, we had a core of 13, 14 players.
Pretty young players.
And you could predict our team the week before. We did it on many pods.
I think that was something that was Premier League wide though. If you look at even Chelsea got very lucky. They play brilliant football, they deserve to win the league, but if you look at United as well, there was very like 2-3 players outside the starting 11s throughout there. There wasn't strong squads last season, and I think everyone's trying to capitalise on it.
But out of the top 6, we did have the weakest squad. And that just goes to show how great of a job Jurgen Klopp did.
We fell over the line.
We did. And look at our bench. Look at our bench.
But if you look at Spurs, like Spurs have a really, really good 11, and 14 I'd say are a push. Then you're looking at people coming on, you're going, I don't know so much about him, but they just were able to change things slightly. And you see, the difference with Spurs was, although they weren't overly rated players, in my opinion, that were coming on after, say, the first 14, they were players with some sort of experience.
Yeah.
Whereas we were trying to bring on lads who are really young. Now, these experienced lads can be better at slowing the game down if you need to, be more streetwise if you need to. You know, whereas the young lads come on and they're full of energy and they're full of enthusiasm, but sometimes you need to have that. Just a little bit of, not quality, because I think...
I can't help but think Rafa Benitez whenever anyone says quality.
Quality in the squad.
Yeah. When you look at Spurs there...
Joe Bill Town.
Just speaking of Spurs there, you look at the way they were able to interchange their full backs. Yeah. For different styles of play, you know, if they wanted to Rose a bit more attacking, or they would switch over to their formations as well. It's just key. It's just those different options.
I think though that Spurs, they really work well in unison. From defence right to attack. They do. Like I think they had one. Well, I think personally, they had one of the best squads. Now, I don't know what you were saying. Like, they probably had 14 players, but like
the looks of a unit though. They had
they had looks at Key. What was his name? The South Korean dude. Son that came in and magnificent. Like, we didn't have those players at our disposal, like, to come in and do that kind of job. Like,
yeah, but look,
we didn't have that kind of quality to sustain. I know, like, it was brilliant to get top 4. Like, we how many times have we got top 4 in the last 7-8 seasons? Like, it was brilliant. Like, reflecting on it. But the players that Spurs have, like, they haven't won much. Don't get me wrong now, but they're still up there. We'd be happy now, challenge the higher echelons, wouldn't we? Like, that actually does scrape in top 4.
Absolutely, but it comes back to, like, you're talking about Spurs. They were a well-oiled, system and unit, and whoever came in knew what they were doing.
They had a good system.
And like you said, they were able to mix up their fullbacks. Sometimes they mixed up their centre halves. Sometimes through necessity, because one or two were injured.
Yeah.
But you always noticed when they changed they got the same work and the same quality out of the people that came in. Whereas when we changed, we brought youngsters that were in, and you're kind of willy wonky. You weren't sure. They were sure what you were doing. So when you get to the end of this pre-season, you do want 20, 21 players that you're finding it hard to pick an 18 every Saturday. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And the more these youngsters work and signings come in, and they will come in. Like, I'm joking that we've pulled out the transfer window. Probably, but
Just on the
he hates transfer rumours.
They will come in, but all you want then is at the 4th of September to say, look, there's our squad. There's 20 really good players there, and if we lose A, B, or C, we have D, and F.
Just options, really, isn't it? Just going back to the game there tonight.
That game.
Yeah, this is us in a nutshell, just rambling on once we get going. But just going back to the game, I have to say, Sturridge caught my eye again. I thought he was quite sharp.
He did.
He dropped deep. He pinged a couple of balls around. He looked lively. He looked fit.
He looks very fit. But that's probably stretching it a bit because of one game and 45 minutes. But he did look sharp. But he did seem to pull off the front man, didn't he? You'd see him right, you'd see him left, you'd see him a little bit deeper, and he was kind of looking up, instead of running off people, played a cracking ball, as I said earlier, to Ojo. But that might be something for Sturridge. It might be something where you look at the system and you say, look, we're going to play a 4-2-3-1, we're going to drop you in behind Firmino. I can't see him moving Firmino. I think Firmino he plays centrally and doesn't play.
He stayed centrally. It was good to see Craig on the number 9. Aaron, the number 9 for the first time tonight as well. But another player that caught the eye for me was Trent. Were you impressed with him?
It was a solid marry Trent tomorrow.
He's your love child, really, isn't he?
He's just everything. Like,
he's gorgeous.
He's just gorgeous. Yeah,
I'm really excited about the fact that we have 2 quality fullbacks, 2 right fullbacks to go into the season. Because Trent looks like a real prospect. Like Gerrard talked about him in his book, didn't he, a couple of seasons ago, about Trent Alexander was one of the people he pointed out that was going to be the next biggest thing. But just as he develops along, he's gone month by month. Like, I think he's the real deal. Like, I think he could be actually the first choice next season ahead of Klein.
Oh, he will be.
He will
be. Not this season coming, but the
following.
No,
I honestly 100%. think he could push him. I'm not saying Klein will completely be fucking brushed out aside, but I think he could give him proper competition this season. Like,
and there you go, you're back to it again. But competition. But I noticed tonight. Now we didn't have much defending to do, so you can't really judge on that. But he put 1 or 2 balls in there that any winger would be like absolutely,
And therein the difference with him and Klein.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
but you have to remember though as well. Klein has the experience, and sometimes you do need the experience in a game. But you watched Trent tonight, and he just has this thing where he gets the ball and his head is up before he gets it, and he's just a little shift to the right, and he's putting balls in there. And one of them in particular,
the one there,
he curled it around 5 or 6 players,
and man whipped
in. The defender at the back post done quite well to get it away, but it was like, in a league game, when everyone's sharp and on it, you'd be expecting 2 or 3 Liverpool bodies in on top of that, and it's a goal.
But the thing, go back to Sturridge there a second ago. Does anyone else think that Sturridge is after filling out a bit?
He did.
He looks a bit more broad-shouldered to me, and a bit more like he's after working on his strength and his core a lot more.
That's what I noticed that. I noticed that from coming to the end of last season. He actually put a little bit more weight on because he has a lot of muscle injuries, doesn't he? Like he's putting on a bit of muscle mass, but it has slowed him down. He's lost a yard of pace. Like, remember, like the way he turned on the shoulder and he do a step over, like the old Sturridge that we know and love. Like, but I think he still has that ability.
He showed at West Ham,
to score a cracking goal, like, or to do something out of the ordinary. I still think he has that. He doesn't really rely on his pace. Like, just say Michael Owen did when he lost his pace, or Fernando Torres. They weren't the same kind of players. Whereas I think he has more ability on the ball where he could be still a danger outside the area.
I think the thing with Sturridge is that even if he has lost that yard of pace, it's his movement that can still get him away from defenders.
Yeah.
So, he could, going back 3 or 4 years ago, he could literally give a defender a yard or 2 start and he forced past him. He'd burn him. But now, if you look at his movement, even look, the most recent is West Ham away. If you actually watch what he's doing, there's not a hell of a lot of movement. He just drifts into that position. He takes
hanging there, isn't he?
He takes a look at the full. I think it's one of the fullbacks that's dropped a little bit deep, and he's just hanging, and he's looking for it, and he's away. And there's not in my opinion, when Sturridge goes in on goal with time, or no
No, it's
time.
nobody like him. It's unbelievable.
And
His conversion rate is
he has the
1-on-1s
confidence.
is probably the best in the league.
Yeah.
It
And
probably is.
He has the confidence to step over, go past the keeper, put it through the keeper's legs, left or right, whatever the way he needs to do. But
He's unreal. He's full confidence.
Again, first game of pre-season, it's hard to put a big judgment on it. But this might be a little bit of an idea where Sturridge might fit in. I said personally I'd keep him, and you make sure you try to keep him fit, and you play him in a 2 up front if you need to. You may see him do that, but you may see him in a 2 up front where he's literally dropping off. You know, it could be a diamond with a 2 up front, but he still drops off, and he allows the person behind the diamond to get beyond. Because he has got the football brain, and he has got the ability to pick a pass and the technical ability to do it. So, no, look, he looked good. 45 minutes. And
do you actually think that he will be in the Liverpool squad at the start of next season? No, because of all the rumours that have been surrounding.
I think he will.
I think he'll be there.
I would honestly, personally, I would love him to stay, but you know, with the inflations of transfer fees that have been coming around, will they sell Sturridge and the likes of Sacco and all just to fund
the thing about selling Sturridge though is
these
what realistically
prices?
What goes against them is his injury record, which is clear as day. So if we sell him and got 30-35 million, but we ain't replacing him for 35 million.
No. That's the thing. We're not going to replace someone of the caliber of Sturridge, like.
And I don't think we're going to buy another striker either. So for me,
he stays.
Well, we got Big Dom Solanke, so we're sorted.
No, we have to think this through. We've had this conversation now. We've talked about strikers. Obviously, we haven't spoken about Solanke yet, but Origi hasn't been mentioned in many conversations we've had recently. We've all glossed them.
I said before, I find it very difficult to piece these attackers together. You see, I try to work it out as, even though the 6 of them, try to work them into a system, not on the pitch at the same time, obviously, but work them into a system of how they will work together as a team of 6. If you know what I mean, you know, over the season, what way you'd pair them together or play one or leave one out, and I'm still finding it difficult because. You know you have Mane and Salah. That's nailed on. You have Firmino. That's your front three.
That's your first.
There's no.
And Mane and Salah could play for false number 9 as well.
Yeah,
with their pace and their finishing ability as well.
You could put one of them up front and play it too. And the only way I'm thinking of it is that if you look at them 3, you look at Sturridge there that could play just off a striker in a slightly different system, or play up front in a 2. Fine, Ings could recover. Because look, Ings is still there.
Ings could play one.
We could have got rid of Ings like that. There's no issue with that. We could have.
I think it's going to be more of a rehabilitation for Ings for the next while. Personally, that's what I think.
With Ings back to fitness like he was last year, we could get rid of Ings in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
For a decent amount of money. But I think you could look at Ings being a backup wide.
Yeah, you
can play the wide. You could probably look at an Ojo or a Kent being backup wide.
Yep.
And I still, for the life of me, cannot get Origi into that 6. I can't, because I'll tell you what it is. If you put him wide, okay, he doesn't impress me out wide. Now, people say, oh, he pulls out wide and he's got a couple of goals from there where he swung them in. That's not him playing out wide. That's him playing up front and pulling out wide. But pulling out wide and playing out wide is a completely different issue. And playing up front on his own, I think his touch is decent, but I don't think he has the brain to play up front on his own. Like, if you had... We've talked about Sturridge's movement. If he had Sturridge's movement to go with the physical attributes he has, you're fine. I just don't think he has the movement to get around defenders, especially when there's 2 of them. So for me, if one of them was to go, it would be Origi.
Yeah, because Jurgen Klopp. Sorry, John.
No, I was just going to say.
Jurgen Klopp actually, he epitomises full throttle football, and Origi, when he gets the ball, he puts the brakes on and he takes about.
Yeah, that's
20 touches out of the ball, and he's, don't get me wrong, he's good at cutting inside, and then he has a great shot, but he slows down the play too much for something that Jurgen Klopp's future plans of a proper full throttle Liverpool side. I don't see Origi in the team.
Yeah, no, I worry for Origi this season. I think he could be squeezed out, especially if Ings comes back to a bit of form. Origi made a lot of appearances last season coming on towards the end of the games. I can see Ings taking that role just because of he offers more really. But I suppose time will tell. Come back to the first half there again. I think the other notable things that's come to my mind is the Mapic missed in the first half.
Oh, Matip!
Yeah, 6-7.
He's supposed to be good with his feet.
Balloon that, didn't he?
It was
Joel.
what was it, 7 minutes in or something?
He's a defender, or we gotta give him something.
No, he's a defensive midfielder as well.
When he missed it, I did
Cheers, lads.
think to myself, like, has he really missed that?
Yeah,
and then I watched the replay and I went, no, he has. And then it looked even worse than behind the goal.
I think the ball is
Because
going
behind
outside
the goal,
trouble.
you could see, nearly, you know, you could see how high it went. He slashed at it. He went for power. You know, he could have taken a touch, or he could have just let it nearly hit off a control volley and it was in the net. But look,
these things happen.
It's the first pre-season game.
I don't mind if he misses 4 or 5 of them pre-season months.
Yeah,
First day of the season.
But he was there. He was on the end of it.
He was in the right position.
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
position.
Yeah, so I've no issue with that.
The other thing I can't let by, we'll just close up the first half then, is I'll let Craig have a little moment here. Lucas had another 45 minutes in red. Are we coming towards the last hurrah?
I don't know. You see, I really don't know with this, and I've heard other people talk about it as well.
It's keeping you up at night.
It's not keeping me up at night because it's a win-win for me, but I don't know if he is going to go. 1 minute I'm thinking he's nailed on, he's off the Gremio, or he's gone up to Newcastle, but seems to have gone very quiet, doesn't it?
Lazio as well is a newest link, isn't it?
I think
he's a real survivor, isn't he?
Oh, he is. He's been gone for about 6 or 7 times, and then someone got injured, and he just kept on.
I have an article I wrote about Lucas going and leaving. I think it's about 18 months old now, and I still haven't been able to
gathering dust there.
Well, it's not. I think you might find a bit of movement in the squad if the players while Liverpool comes in, because if you look at it, Lucas is a midfielder, and you know, a backup centre back when we need it, and we all know our 2 top targets are a midfielder and a centre half. Now the centre half thing will be out the window as soon as we do sign up, in my opinion. I think with the likes of Lovren, Matip, another centre half that we're not going to name, and you have Gomez, you have Clavin, so you have 5 there, and you can probably trim that down to 4, not even including Lucas. In midfield, you'll probably say, look, we all know the name of the person, Keita, that we're looking at. You'll probably say to yourself, well, Keita plays in a different position. Yes, he does.
You can play in a 6-8 or a 10, Keita.
But it's not even that. Even if he played in an 8 or a 10 and not a 6 or a defensive midfielder role or whatever, his signing literally puts Henderson and Jan at the base of that midfield, one or the other. So you, as third choice defensive midfielder, which is the only place in midfield he's going to play, or 6th choice centre half.
Kevin Stewart, I reckon Kevin Stewart will really push Emre Can and Jordan Henderson this season.
My reason, though, I don't think he's going to go. I think he's going to understand that he's going to play feck all if he stays. He's going to play very, very, very little. But where I see him going forward is the human side of this again. I want to say, like, he's settled in Liverpool. His family settled in Liverpool. He probably has one more season left in his top flight, and then I see him possibly going into a coaching role.
Does he go into a coaching role with Steve?
I'd have no issue with Lucas going into a coaching role. I know people that just want him away from the club.
I don't care about that.
No. I'm just telling you that I know people that want him away from the club because, you know, he's not a winner, and you can kind of understand that because I don't think
that's because the fact that
due to injury, we have won a couple of trophies where he wasn't involved.
He didn't win anything with Liverpool. That's why people would say he's not a winner. But he's a warrior at heart. Like the amount of players that he's nullified, top players that have come to Liverpool. Remember, it was at Barcelona that played us. Was it 2007 or something when Barcelona played us? Lucas was magnificent in that game.
Don't get me wrong. I'm in no way making any argument for Lucas being in the first 15, 16 if everyone's fit, and even on the bench.
We're talking about the sort of fella he is, and he's a great fighter, and he's this, that, and the other. But does a great fighter give up his career at 21 to become a coach?
No.
And spend a year at Liverpool?
I think he's gone for 4 or 5 years of Samba in Brazil.
Years of age.
He's 31 now, 32?
He's 31, so if you
next year he's 32.
Are you giving up your career at 32?
Money's mad.
To go into a coaching role at the club where his family settled, possibly.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I think he could still play in the Premier League. Honestly,
I don't think he wants to. He's playing.
Rafa Benitez, because the style of that Rafa Benitez plays,
I think he would go
he
there.
could be perfect for them. Like the way they nullify attacks and then they're on the counter attack. Like he hasn't got the greatest true balls or anything like that, but he's brilliant at shutting down the play.
Again,
there's not many players that I think that have played in the Premier League that close down the play as much as Lucas Leiva does.
If you look at Lucas, if he went to Newcastle, wanted to play with Rafa, the only way I can kind of explain what he'd bring apart from his experience is look at what Colo Touré did when he walked into our dressing room.
Yeah.
Now Lucas, we all know how well he's liked behind the scenes at our club. Imagine him walking into Newcastle's dressing room. He'd get the respect straight away as
Yeah.
a pro, but he'd probably lift.
And he's
still his family
Rafa
can still
Benitez's
stay.
love child as well.
Yeah,
isn't
And
he?
his family can still stay here. He's still. That would be a good shout, but again, you'd understand him if he went back to Gremio as
Just
well.
have this crazy image of him bouncing around the Newcastle and changing room, singing the Colo Touré song there.
Do you know what I
and
think of
Rafa
him?
coming in going, that's a fact, stop.
Or
I
flogging the
think
time, all mine, all mine.
I still see him with the stupid little headband and the long hair. Every
Unlucky.
time I think of him.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
So in answer to your question, definitely man of the
Man of the match, yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
a no-brainer, isn't it? Well, the man of the match has to be Karius because he absolutely did sweet at all.
Yeah.
I think he's...
A bit like last season. I think he played a track.
It was the hard work he put into his
I
hair.
bet you his Instagram account has been topped up.
But
though.
it's
Oh,
not
yes.
that like I
He'd be
remember last
photoshopping
season.
sweat stains onto his jersey there.
Part of water on the jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that a doppelganger that he was wearing, or was it a goalkeeper jersey? I wasn't sure.
Could be neither.
He was just looked like he was just chilling.
He was very like last season. Like I remember last season and the highlight of Karius. I'm really sure he played against Tranmere. The highlight of it was a picture of him standing inside the centre circle while Liverpool were attacking, and that was the only highlight of Karius during the whole game.
Yeah.
But look, it was a decent first half, 2-0 up, a good run out for,
Handful of players really
a
there.
mixture of first team and.
I actually think I spotted Aaron as well. I'm fairly sure I spotted Aaron behind the goal. Did anybody else
Yeah, I
see
didn't-
it?
Yeah, I
that-
thought I seen a Southampton jersey. Did you see a Southampton jersey up there? I thought I did.
I'm
One of the
pretty
walls
sure.
behind the goal there.
I hope you enjoyed the match, Aaron, by the way, for listening.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. I suppose going on to the second half then and complete change of the teams. The first couple of minutes of the second half really, really impressed me. There was a lot of young players on there. You had Kent out wide, Solanke, of course, up front, and we played a lot of sharp football, I thought.
Yeah.
Did anyone catch the eye there in
It
the
was
first half?
intense, wasn't it? It was.
Ryan Kent, wasn't it? Ryan Kent, he really impressed. I thought, like, even the lads were talking
And
about,
Seacrest at home
Ryan
rubbing his
Kent.
hands
Yeah,
out.
Oh, Grace is just having a packet of...
a self-combustion in the nether regions from Chris.
While munching away in a bowl of special
Yeah,
K.
That's only for women.
Yeah, he's eating the forbidden cereal that he's not allowed to eat for women. But the thing about, like, we're laughing about Grizz, but look, at the end of the day, if you say enough names, something's going to stick, you know. He mentioned all the young players you like, and someone was going to do something decent. But going back to your point about the first couple of minutes of the second half, yeah, there was a lot of young players, and as I said before, they're out to impress. But I just found as a whole team, and I know it's only Tranmere, but for the first pre-season game, these lads coming in fresh for the
Look
second
sharp,
half.
didn't they?
They did.
They
look
seem to be
sharp,
very
yeah.
high up the pitch, and they seem to be snapping into tackles and trying to dispossess them as high up the pitch as they possibly could. And it's good to see because it's obviously a direct ploy that we're going to use.
But you
It's
can
going,
sit- yeah,
it's
you-
going to be
yeah.
one of those where you smother these teams
Just
right in their own
full
half.
court squeeze, really.
Yeah. And even if you don't win the ball, they panic and they put up
They
the
might
pitch,
just lump it
and
on.
every
It's 50-50
two centre
ball,
halves have it, and we're away again.
The positive thing is, though, they're looking like players that have a chance of getting in the first team. Even though we're looking at the likes of Kent and then Woodbourne and all, and we're probably thinking they're not going to get into the team next season, but they look like they'd run through a brick wall for Klopp, don't they?
What
They
got
look
me was
like
it Lallana that put the
they
tweet
believe
out.
that they have a chance.
Was it Lallana
play.
that put a tweet up saying it's great to be back?
Yeah.
And you can actually believe that the players are actually looking forward to coming back and
Yeah.
being around that buzz, because I'd say that dressing room was some crack.
Just really hopping.
Yeah.
But you could see there,
But you
Greg.
see, you have to remember. Sorry, John. You have to remember that we're a month-ish away from a Champions League qualifier, so they're all probably gagging to get in there and get
Yeah.
going and
Klopp-
get right at the
Klopp
speed.
said, I see his hair's grown in 6 or 7 weeks. Fucking no shit, like, it's been 6 or 7 weeks, of course his hair's fucking grown.
But I don't know, but did you notice, Craig? But what really impressed me was the guys have only, like, especially the second half there, we're talking about that first 5-10 minutes. A lot of young players that haven't been that long in pre-season, but they all looked very. Everyone looked very well coached. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew, as Gav just said about the squeeze. They look.
I think it speaks volumes about the setup of the
coaching
club in
terms,
general,
doesn't
right
it?
from
Yeah.
the youth system straight up to the under-23s.
Yeah, we still have to keep our feet in the ground now. Though we're playing against a team that's in the
No, but I think that-
Panorama
when a
Football
manager-
League or something, was it Conference League?
When a
But
manager
yeah, I
comes in,
do agree,
though-
Jonathan. They did like there was a good shape to them, and they did press really well for the first game of the
When
pre-season.
Rafa came into the club, he wanted to redo the whole youth system. He wanted to redo all the coaching and stuff. And I think with Klopp, the whole system right through, it's what makes it seamless, because you want to take a player from the under-23s and slot him
Slot him
straight into the team, and he knows exactly what formation he's playing, and It's smart, sensible stuff,
It's
and as you said, them players look like they're on the ball.
It's something that you'll probably see the benefit of more in probably another 18 months or next pre-season, where everyone from under 15 or whatever age group they're in.
Not allowed to sign under 15s
anymore. No, not from Stoke anyway.
But the thing is, like, if you look at that and they're all being, bred in this system where it's coming from the top and this is the way we're going to play. Look, like Barcelona are well known for it. Exactly. All the teams play exactly the same way. And if you grab an 18-year-old and bring him into the first team and tell him you're playing 20 minutes, he just goes in and plays his position because he knows what way they play. It doesn't change. It doesn't change from the age of 15 or 16 up to 20 or 21. You break through. So no, the lads look really sharp. They look really intent on getting that. I know again only Tranmere, but they look really intent, and there was some lovely patterns of play as well. They seem to know where each other were at times. A lad might take an extra touch, but it looked like he was waiting for that run beyond. So, and I think it was the third goal from Chiravella. Showed it.
Solanke showed nice touches.
Yeah, it did. Nice touches
Diego Costa.
Absolutely.
It did. Nice touch on the turn for the shot. Like the keeper is
poor again.
We've touched on the keeper a number of times, but
we've touched on the keeper. The keeper couldn't touch on the ball.
You nearly jumped up out of your chair when Chiravella scored, though.
Oh, any game, it doesn't matter what game it is. I'm fucking batshit crazy for it.
We've moved on then. Woody got another penalty.
Another nailed on penalty as well, to be fair.
Yeah, but it wasn't that, like, he gets the penalty and as soon as he gets taken down, he goes to the keeper, takes the ball, puts it on the spot, sticks it away like as if.
I thought I seen when he got taken down, he ran to his man and complained about it.
Did he?
I honestly thought I seen him run over and get a hug off his man before he took the penalty.
You know the dog show with all the red and
He only looks about 12, man.
No, the
come back to the penalty, it was beauty.
He just puts away. He's that sort of player. He's really cool. But the move was brilliant. Kent was brilliant in it. There was lovely one-touch stuff. Woodbourne's making the move again, as all good strikers would, and. He's taken down the clear penalty. Like before he even hits the ground, the commentators and the referee are like, it's a penalty. He sticks away, and it's good to see. Like you see Kent involved. I think it might be Markovic involved in that one, but if I remember right, I could be wrong. But even that movement from Kent right in across the pitch, confident enough to take it off the left wing and go right at the middle of them. I'm waiting for that move for Woodbourne to make, which he does, and it opens up a defence. And you're either scoring or creating a good chance or penalty. So. He has a real maturity about his game. He does have a real maturity about his game.
That year on loan with Barnsley, what was he? The young player of the year, was he? With Barnsley?
Barnsley, yeah. He was. I think he was young player of the year last year, and he just when Kent gets the ball, you can just see the confidence of him all the time. And he has got maturity. But Woodbourne, just the move he makes, and he knows where
he's so intelligent.
He knows where to take the touch and position his body, and he knows if I do this right, I'm going to get hit. And
that's what I was saying in the pod that I don't know. Were you doing the pod the other night where you was talking about Woodbourne being a kind of more Robbie Fowler kind of?
I suppose we were saying that as well on the podcast. But for me, the big problem is you don't want to send him on loan because I think he's too young.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agreed with you.
You want to keep him at the club, in my eyes.
Yeah.
What do you do with him though? Is the thing.
You just do what he's done last season.
Just keep him there.
Look, he was a 16-year-old or just. Was he just gone 17 when he scored his first goal? I think he became Liverpool's youngest ever scorer, so he was only gone 17. And look, another season like that for Woodbourne, maybe a few more games, a couple more goals. That's all he needs. You see, we have this problem in football. Not only Liverpool, we have this problem in football where a lad comes up at 17, he has the odd good game, he scores a goal in the League Cup, and we all want to play every week and burn him out, and we can say what we want about Michael Owen and stuff, but Michael Owen played way too many games.
Look at Rooney as an example.
And he injured himself badly at Leeds away in around 2002, I think it was, and he was never the same after that. His body just can't keep up.
I say the same about Rooney as well. I don't think Rooney had the career he should have had. I know he won a lot of stuff at United, and I won't begrudge him any of that. But from a personal point of view, I reckon he was a better player than he showed over the course of his career.
But see, the thing is, you have to let players grow up.
But fuck Shrek for a minute. But anyway, we're talking about Ben Wood.
Hell of an edit here to do.
We're talking about Woodbourne. We're talking about him being the next Robbie Fowler, but he actually played in a more deeper position
Well, that's where I see him. That's where I see
He's
him.
definitely a deeper position, yeah.
That's where I see him.
I said
I know,
about him being the next, more like a Teddy Sheringham.
I still stand over him being a striker.
No. I get your point about his instinctive finishing, but I just think with how he is physically.
Firmino though, Gav? Do you see him as a Firmino type?
No, I see more of a Coutinho from deep in the. Like,
No, I think I'd have him up. You're probably right. More like a Firmino, because if he's physically going to stay like that, which he probably won't. He's 18. You know, we've all seen players between 18 and 21 bulk up and you know, become more powerful players. I just don't know if he has that pace that he runs in behind. He gets away from people. So if he doesn't have that pace, he has to have a little bit more physicality, and he has got the brain to play. But look, there's loads of options for Woodburn, and we don't have to make a call on it now. We don't have to make a call in a year's time.
He has another 40 years left in his career.
You just have to just play him right and you know, progress him right.
His career,
well, I think
as well.
The one thing
Definitely,
the one thing you do to protect his career is, as Craig said,
and there's no better manager to protect him than Jurgen Klopp.
You don't send him out on lonely.
He stays there. He's in training every day with the likes of Firmino and Coutinho. He's learning bits and pieces off the players. Yeah. That's best for his development.
Yeah, and you can drop him into the 23s for a couple of games to keep his match sharpness as well. You know?
Yeah, so I think that rounds up. It was kind of as we said, it was great to have the football back. Kind of an enjoyable enough match to watch.
Can't argue with 4 goals.
No, 4 goals and a clean sheet. Yeah, so we have Wigan away then on Friday night, and hopefully we might have a few more. I'm not sure will the likes of Lallana and Coutinho be back in contention, but hopefully we'll have a new more faces. We all looking forward to the game Friday night.
Absolutely. Football is football. To get 2 games in a week, as fans can't complain.
2 in 2 days.
It'll slowly ramp up though as the preseason goes along and the players come back in.
I think Coutinho and Lallana only come back on Tuesday. Was it yesterday?
Yes, it's probably unlikely.
A little bit early for them. I think Salah has to get his work permit.
He's over in Paris waiting for us in the Eurostar.
Yeah. He's over in Paris just waiting to get back on his flight back to England to get his work permit. Coutinho, Lallana, as we said, only back. Mane is still. I think Mane is fit. But
he's not back until the tour, is it? He's not back after the tour. That's
I think you might see with Mane. Now, this isn't any information, but you might see with Mane where he just ups his rehabilitation, and you might see him not go to Hong Kong, but he'll end up playing in that tournament we're in Germany, Audi Cup or whatever.
Because you have to be careful. Like it's a bad fucking knee injury. Like
Question though, lads, that I wanted to raise. So they're coming over to Dublin for the last game. It's close enough to the start of the season.
Yeah.
What type of squad are you expecting that
close?
Full.
Oh, it has to be full.
You're thinking full tilt,
it's quite close to the beginning of the
Craig,
season.
I think we have that game on the 5th. We play Watford away on the 12th. We're actually the first game on the Premier League.
And when's the Champions League game, Gav?
The Champions League game, I think, is the following Wednesday.
It is.
And then we have a league game, and then we have the return of the Champions League. I think it might be a week apart. It could be 2 weeks. But you have to remember, Craig, it's all about momentum and being the system being right and your patterns of play and everyone knowing each other. And with a few new signings that could be in within, you have to bed them in. So I think when they come to Dublin, you'll probably see. It might be a squad of 22, but you'll probably see the actual 18. Definitely the 18 that'll go to Watford, plus 3 or 4 youngsters.
Do you reckon that he'll play one team in the first half and the
I don't. I think no. I think.
Remember last season.
I think you might see about 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Of the first team, and then you probably will see 6 or 7.
Who did we play the last game of the pre-season? Last season.
Oh God,
we played Barcelona, and then we
Barcelona was it?
The next day we played.
Who played on?
That was shocking.
That was an absolute shambles of a game.
Who played on though in the second half? Was Lallana? I think Lallana was one of the players.
I can't remember back that far.
I just remember header.
Yeah, but we'll forget about 24 hours later. Was it when we played Mainz?
Yeah, but that's
that was ridiculous.
That's just turning up for
That was getting carries, wasn't it? It was part of that deal.
Yeah, that was keeping up with the PR, wasn't it?
He sent a completely different squad over, but I think you can expect probably 60 minutes of a full squad, and then you probably will see from 60 to 90 or 60 to 75. You probably will see 6 or 7.
Hopefully, we'll be there. So you know what I mean.
Just to get around. But look, no, a couple of signings, and if they keep going on like that and they're showing that intensity. Yeah, as Craig said, it's football.
It is absolutely.
It's the Reds, it's a brilliant distract. Today, like I was completely distracted from all transfer stuff and all negativity around.
Yeah. Wait, you check your phone though. Yeah. You check your WhatsApp notifications.
But the negativity around anyone can be negative about. You know, it was a great distraction today just to think Liverpool were playing. You're waiting for 6 o'clock for the team to come out. You're bang on at 8 to watch it. You know, so look, it's one game in. We probably have 6 or 7 left before the season starts, in around that. So yeah, the more the merrier. Keep the games coming, and once everyone stays fit and builds up their fitness and gets into a rhythm, and we're ready to go for Watford.
Just about getting the miles in at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up there again, folks. I'd like to thank Gav, Craig, and quite Andrew here for just going through the match tonight. We'll have another show, ARW Weekly, tomorrow night, and then we'll have an off the cuff just after the Wigan game on Friday night. So keep in touch as always on our YouTube channel, ARW Now, and you'll find us on Twitter as well. So good night, folks, and up the Reds.